You start Twitch, right?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. I am your host, as always, Shosan, and full disclosure, I would probably be passed out halfway through the Warcraft movie if I didn't remember that Penth wasn't going to be here. But that doesn't stop me from introducing my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts, which, of course, I can't let this first guy go unsupervised. But I have to introduce him. Anyway, it's Mr. Vegito.
Wait, I have to be unsupervised? I thought it was the other way.
I can't leave you unsupervised.
You have to be supervised. Words, Veg. They're birds. Words are birds.
Words are... Hey. Birds are meant to be shot down and eaten.
And I'm supposed to be the one that's on a shit ton of like painkillers and beer. So
well, you are.
Right, and I still get words right. For now, the show has just started, you guys. So next, Mr. Run Clay himself joining us.
Hi.
Yay. Mr. Right on the mark. I like it. Always coming in. We are starting a little bit late, but that's my fault, and I apologize. You guys can yell at me later. Anyway.
God damn it, Joe.
I know.
Oh, wait, later. Never. I'll yell at you later.
I want to kick things off with my favorite part of the show, and I have some very interesting stuff right here. And you guys know it. It's my favorite part, but you got to wait for it.
I'm not waiting anymore.
Wait.
No, I'm not waiting. It's news!
Yes, it's news! Actually, that was really well timed, Ron, because then my media streamer wanted to catch up. Anyway, yes, news. I have some very interesting stuff, you guys. Let's talk Blizzard news. We do this a lot at the top of our segment.
I would wonder why.
I don't know, but all right, so let's talk Blizzard news. Show, that's right, me. I am finally watching the Warcraft movie. I am like the worst fan ever, but I did buy it. Going through it, I'm almost done. I got about 20 minutes left.
Yeah, you can buy it.
Yeah, you can buy it off Amazon. They have it streaming digital right now.
Wow.
So, yeah, I know, right? Didn't it just yesterday? Anyway, it's still blowing my mind. I can't believe it. But it's a cool movie. You guys should watch it. But let's talk Blizzard news because, honestly, I'm a little bit heartbroken. Sadly, Mr. Chris Metzen has decided to resign from Blizzard.
But he hasn't given a date yet, so he's
still
working there, but he did announce it.
But Mr. World of Warcraft himself.
So what's going to happen to Green Jesus?
He's going to die probably at the end of the expect.
Probably.
Sadly. They would they would have to, right? Just resign it. Anyway.
Yeah, it would be spoilers.
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, I'm a little upset. You know, Chris Metzen's been a huge part of the community. He's been a huge part of Warcraft and what it's become. And to see him finally resigning is a little upsetting. I really want to use the term retiring, but he didn't say that.
Have you guys seen the statue yet?
No.
Statue.
Ooh, really? Pull that up for you guys.
Check that out.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Wait, what is it? Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Good for him.
What's that at?
Oh, that's his going away present.
Are you serious?
Yep. Yeah, they gave that to him. They cast it in aluminum and everything. I heard about it. I didn't see it. That's really pretty cool. So yeah, poor Chris Metzen.
What do you mean, poor Chris? He's walking away. He knew, like, if you read the article at all, he's sad, but at the same time, he made millions of dollars, millions upon millions.
He did, but not only is a part of Blizzard kind of dying off with him leaving, but it's the same way for a lot of us. Like, you know, let's be honest, Chris Metzen's been a huge part of us as Blizzard fans and of Warcraft fans.
That is true. So, everyone I talk to that has ever met Chris Metzen just loves him.
Right.
Like, I've seen a bunch of friends who did read the article and all the stuff, and they just started posting the pictures that they had and the good times that they had with him, even if it was brief. You know, because it's BlizzCon and everybody wants to touch the green Jesus.
And right. And that's just like, I say poor Chris because, you know, he has to be sad about this. I mean, there's no way he couldn't be. I know it's probably for the best, right? He's going to move on to different things, but a part of him has to be upset at this too. It has to be, you know.
My
So-
wife always had like a weird theory that the reason that Chris, well, and this even helps her little theory here, is that Chris Metzen hasn't been able to do story arcs for years because of either some people in the company of Blizzard with Activision, or some, like, they said that they can't do a certain story arc because of a said reason.
Bad
And
rumors
that-
are bad.
Huh?
Bad rumors are bad.
Yeah, that's what I told her. And she goes, but she wants to believe him.
Yeah,
So-
well, it is what it is. But that's my piece of news this week. It's upsetting, but you know, who knows? Maybe
Right.
he'll go on to do something else that's amazing, and we'll all buy it because we're probably sheep at this point.
Yeah,
But-
there hasn't been too much news really, other than like small tidbits here and there.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? All right,
Yeah,
well,
just a
what do you
just a
got?
giant bomb of that.
it is, and it sucks. But do you
There-
guys have anything? I mean, Mr. Runkley, no, Ron, you actually have something going on with a
Me personally, but
well, something that I hold very near and dear to my heart in the speedrunning community. So what's going on there?
You guys know if game's done quick, right?
Oh, of course.
course.
Yeah.
They're starting this new series. It's not a regular thing, but basically, whenever any community of speedrunning has a big tournament or some kind of racing thing going on, they have offered to broadcast this at their Games Done Quick channel. And this weekend is Crypt of the Necrodancer's turn.
Oh, yeah.
The World
Cool.
Cup that I sadly got knocked out of.
Aw.
Its finals started yesterday and will continue tomorrow at noon. I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern, so 10 Pacific, or as Shosan likes to say, noon Central Standard Time, even though it's not standard time.
It's got to be standard time.
It's not standard. It's daylight.
It's standard time.
It doesn't
Daylight.
change.
It's daylight.
No,
So-
it doesn't.
War.
But
In
yeah,
my
never
it's,
world,
changes.
It doesn't change.
it's pretty cool event. Be sure to go there and say basic Lee to the caster.
There you
He'll appreciate it.
God.
go. I'm
So-
sure you will. I actually saw some of the casters, and they're all, well, I know 3 of them are very big in the community.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know about the 4th guy, but
The Will Arsney.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy is a regular referee for the Condor event, and he doesn't
okay.
cast too often. So yeah, he was on Friday. But I mean, the other 2 guys are GDQ guys; those aren't Necrodancer guys
Right. No,
Eli difficulty
I know
are the main-
that, but
casting, and it's really cool. It's a very cool event. They had Super Mario Maker, I think last weekend. But yeah, for the hotfix, I believe you can find out more on that at gamesdonequick.com and look for the GDQ hotfix at the very top, and it will show you what it's doing.
I actually heard that was causing some problems. Their quote unquote hotfix. It was causing some stream issues, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I've only
Don't
tuned
either.
in a couple times. But
Yeah, there was a hot fix for that.
a hot fix for the hot fix. I
yeah.
like it. All right, so
No,
what do you have, man?
okay, so apparently the Destiny the Collection the trailer that they had for their on YouTube, what they had was an exclusive content for PS4, which, if you know anything, Destiny's coming out on the same time for Xbox One and PS4. I don't get it. Like, why are they releasing content for one console, not the other? Or why don't they? I don't get bonus content. I don't like or content exclusive for consoles only. Like, I will never wrap my head around that. The same thing that goes around with buying it at either Amazon or GameStop. Like, why the fuck can I not be able to purchase these things?
Dude, I totally get you, right? But you have to remember a lot of that's contract. You know, they said they would exclusively do this by contract, which means ultimately it's just money. It's driven by money.
Oh, I know. But it's annoying, and you would think by now that, the community's spoken loud enough about this and for long enough, but apparently they just don't give a shit. And it's getting annoying because I've said something about it as when I did a couple of the beta tests that I've done to a couple of the game developers, and they said that it is by contract and that they want to get rid of those contracts as soon as possible. I'm not breaking any rules by saying that because I'm not naming names.
Right, but
So
it doesn't surprise me though. You know,
No.
a lot of people walk
It's-
into a contract and they go, "Oh shit, that was."
it's kind of like the whole machinima experience, if you've ever heard of those horror stories.
Oh god, those poor guys. Well, the whole website, the machinima community, got buried in bureaucracy.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
And-
crazy.
it kind of reminds me of that in a sense. It's not just companies not able to read between the lines or anything like that. It's fucking Bungie, you know. So I'm pretty sure they could have made any deal. It's just that I don't know if Sony made or gave them like an extra, I don't know, 100,000 or a million or whatever it is for this. But it's
Right.
from what the X Pack looks like. It's mostly raid and some content, like some gear, like new gear, for $40. That's another thing. That it's just bullshit. That
dude, totally.
I don't know any, like it's infuriating me where I can't talk. Like
That's just so.
they're
angry.
coming out with an expansion within the next year, or not an expansion, a new game. Destiny 2 is coming out next year, and they keep
said that?
Yeah, it's already been announced.
Oh shit, where have I been? Jesus,
right.
Under a fucking rock with your pills.
obviously, it's the pills they put me on.
But yeah, they keep making add-on or DLCs for the first Destiny that are $40, and it makes no sense. It really doesn't. And that's my biggest issue on top of the bonus, you know, the content exclusive stuff. Because when they had the Taken King and the Dark Below, that together should have been just $20. Instead, that was $30 if you bought the season pass, or $40 if you bought them individually. Now you have to buy $40 worth of an X pack because the year 2 was $40 as well. So far, you're investing more money, or you're investing almost as much money as you would in WoW. But the difference is, WoW, Blizzard delivers on their gaming content. You pay for that.
I tend to agree, right? But to play devil's advocate, you got to remember that, you know, part of this is the community themselves that are letting it happen. You know what I mean? And part of it is, you know, the fact people like these sort of games. They're okay with these sort of transactions, and so to pay for content has never been really a bad thing. I hate to say it, because there's a lot that I don't like, but on the flip side of that too, a lot of exclusive content, as they like to say, take like the Batman series for example, has always been released. Maybe one console will get it first, but eventually everybody gets access to this stuff.
Right.
So on that same token, they do release it eventually.
But this is if you've ever played Destiny, Bungie doesn't do that.
No, you're right. You're right. But they did sign an exclusive contract with Sony very early on. That said they work for them. They don't work for Microsoft anymore. So,
Right. So at the same time, what was I going to say? Yeah, I know. Great timing. No, with the new expansion coming up, I already have someone in my house who already bought it. They're not very they're interested in it, but no, I didn't buy it. No, we haven't. No, my roommate. So she's kind of looking forward to it, but I told her what's going on, and then she kind of got a frown because I told her what was all in it, and not because I spoiled anything for it, but it's just the lack of content. It's very uninspirational. You know, and then you have what's coming out, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Gaylord Butt Sex, that thing that's coming out.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
Way to go, Veg.
So
That's the official title now.
I mean, that's about as good as Shower with Your Dad Simulator
oh
2015.
my god.
The official game of the Six Gaming
Have you even
Podcast.
seen the trailer for it? It's nothing but fucking gunfire and wubbubs. That's literally the trailer for it.
Wow.
Yes, it's
God.
nothing but gunfire and fucking dropping the bass. That is the commercial for it. And-
Oh.
But they
And I start to
did that
see, like,
shit with-
I see the gaming community, the people who are surrounded by that.
bro, they did the exact same thing for Doom, though. I mean, come on.
Not really. They didn't do. It wasn't like
What were the
fucking
commercials?
Skrillex dropped the bomb on a Doom commercial. No, they played the soundtrack from it. They played some of the soundtrack from the Doom commercial, and it sounded great. Like, that's the difference. Yeah, there's EDM mixed with heavy metal, and that's just Doom music right now.
Good lord.
But no, this was like, oh, gunfire. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like this looks like it's catered to a 13-year-old, even though it's supposed to be rated.
But it
M.
is.
I know. And then it's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid that they're catering to, they're finally catering to their audiences. Well, actually, that sounds fucking dumb coming from me.
This portion of Benja's Soapbox is brought to you by Shower with Your Dad Simulator.
Oh, please, God, no.
So,
Ugh.
anyway, for my final conclusion on this craziness, that I'm-
Please wrap it up. Yes.
my crazy shitstorm of a story. It's just, I don't see a lot promising coming from this new expansion. For at least, I don't think it's worth $40. That's where I was coming down to. I also don't think that Infinite Warfare is going to be worth 60.
It historically, it has always been hard to justify an expansion for more than $30. I mean, that goes for just about any game.
And I was very hard pressed when Legion came out, because that was 50, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
And I know,
think it was,
and
yeah.
Ron, I think you bought the extended edition or whatever it is.
Hey, I bought it too. I've always had the
Well,
digital special edition.
Well, fun fact, Blizzard will actually let you buy those now separately. Like, if you already have the expansion, for $20 more or $10 more, they'll let you buy the extra stuff.
I know. Don't get me started. I can't
no,
rectify that.
Not really, because essentially I would be upgrading mine to that status too. I actually think that's a good idea to do that. Where if you can't buy the digital collector's version at that time because you're very constrained on money, yeah, maybe $10, but that $10 is a pizza or a couple or food for a couple days, or gas, but down the road that you're going to be able to buy it later. I think that's pretty cool that they did that. That's my argument for it.
Yeah. No, I hear you. That works. Mr. Runkley, do you have any news or?
Oh, geez, do I have news? Let's because we were talking about Blizzard. BattleNet is now selling for $10. You can change your battle tag.
How much?
$10
Holy crap. Pretty cheap.
just to change your name.
They actually
That's not bad.
fun fact, if you actually legally change your name, they will do it for you for free.
No, this is battle tag. Oh, you mean the battle tag?
Yeah.
No, that's kind of neat.
Well, the real
yeah.
ID, the real ID portion of it,
Yeah.
because long story short, Ellie finally changed her name to mine,
There you go.
and she contacted Blizzard saying she wants a name change, and they're like, "Sure, we'll do it."
Here,
So
have a
if
free
you
battle
legally
tag,
change your name, they will let you do it for free.
Yeah.
But the battle tag portion, no, you got to pay.
That's silly though, because being a programmer, that's just text. You're paying
Right.
$10 to change text.
It should be pretty easy. I mean, after all, they just use SQL Server to do all this stuff. Like, it's a
Probably
very
something-
simple
I
fix.
doubt it's SQL Server, but it's probably something like
Well,
that.
something similar, I'm sure. But
Well, as the Joker says, if you can do something very well, never do it for free.
oh,
No,
Fetch,
jeez.
why? I can't.
If you're good at something,
That's
never
just-
do it for free.
And have you guys heard about the game studio Digital Homicide?
I've heard about them.
Heard of them, but not.
They are suing 100 anonymous Steam users over harsh criticism of their games.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
That is the very definition of butthurt.
In response,
No, I want to know more about this.
hold on. In response, Steam has stopped doing business with Digital Homicide for being hostile to Steam customers.
Oh, thank God.
Other games.
Thank God.
Yeah, James Romine of Digital Homicide was granted a subpoena by a federal judge in Arizona, and he's seeking the identities of 100 users to sue them for $8 $15 million for personal injury claim.
Oh, for
Oh.
fuck's! Oh my god, that's
Here's the thing, right? You're trying to sue gamers. Let's face it, gamers are not, especially PC gamers, are not the richest of people for you to go after.
that. And they're a lot. Oh my god, that and they're a lot smarter than the most developers or most people who make the fucking games.
Well, let's not go
Yes,
crazy.
But they're protect. That's okay. Right there would be the fight for the First Amendment. They are allowed to say what they want to say about it without harsh criticism because they're talking about the game. They're trying to inform the community of the said game.
As
Yep.
much as I hate to do it, I have to agree with Veg on this. That's 100% First Amendment.
Yeah.
You know,
It is.
it's complete horseshit. It's like the whole thing with Dino Beatdown. Oh my god, that
Why would you bring that up?
because I wanted to throw one clusterfuck into the fray too.
Yeah.
So no, it comes down to that. If you can't take the criticism, make a better game. Like that's
Well,
the
But there have been game designers, i.e., the guy from Fez, who's a great example, who have actually just quit because they couldn't deal with the response from the gamers. So there's obviously a voice out there. It's just whether or not we as gamers want to use it for good or for bad.
and
In this case, I'm pretty sure it's probably for good. But I mean,
yeah, I mean the gaming community is a little fucking weird. When the whole thing with Gamergate went down, that was a whole total clusterfuck. It's just the voices of gamers. They can be they're like a tornado. Everything's just going to get destroyed. You just have to sift through the bullshit and see what's legit. And a lot of people who are these developers can't take criticism because they think that their baby or their special little project was
again, though, to play devil's advocate, man, this really is their baby. They put in years and hours and hours and hours of their life into this one creation. It's absolutely understandable that they're upset if somebody doesn't like it.
And that's why I'm always confused to why people like them don't do betas. Like-
You're right. I mean, there are other avenues. You shouldn't get upset. You should take it as a learning experience and try to move on, and do
Right,
something
'cause,
better. But
For example, a lot of people didn't receive beta codes or closed play testings for example, like the Shadow of Mordor. And if you even got a code, you couldn't say anything about it. And if you did, you had to be paid and sponsored by, I think Warner Brothers made that game. And it couldn't say anything really negative about it. If they did say anything, it's just, I don't know what. I understand the fact that game developers want to protect their IPs and everything like that. I do, but at the same time, you do need that criticism to make a great game.
well, yes, but the developers, for the people who are testing, do provide an outlet for the people testing to voice their opinions. You're just supposed to give it directly. I can say it now, but during the Shadowrun beta, actually alpha, now that I think about it, I was involved in that, and I was under an NDA. I could not talk about the game. The only people I could talk to were the developers and other people who have been given alpha access.
Right, and
So
and that's how it was with me in Battlefield 1. I was very reluctant. They released that a little while ago when they did the whole open beta thing, but I was in it with the closed alpha where I couldn't talk. Like, that's fine. That's understandable. That they don't want to release that. That is A-okay. That is fine with me, but that's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about not even giving out closed beta invites to people.
Well-
Yeah, you can have like a select 100 people to play your game, but that's only a small group of people in comparative,
you're right, but I feel like my whole job this whole episode is to be devil's advocate. You gotta remember,
So your new name's Satan?
you have to remember though that the reason that they don't want you guys to talk about it is obviously because of features or whatever, but at the same time they want you guys to literally test the game, find the bugs, do random things that
Right.
and that's their job, is to fix that. And if people aren't doing it, they just want to get in early so that they have some edge. That completely defeats the purpose.
Oh,
And
no, I completely
unfortunately,
agree.
that's what I have a problem with Blizzard whenever they do the World of Warcraft betas. They open this shit up for thousands of people, but people aren't testing it. They just want to get in early to figure this stuff out. And I think
That's-
that very much defeats the purpose, for developers.
But usually when Blizzard does betas, though, they're like 80% done.
You're right.
Yeah.
And usually when they do like an open beta or something like that, it's for stress testing more than it is for anything else.
Right. Well, like even with their with their closed beta, they're like 75-80% done. And even in that, you don't like they do a lot of placeholder quests, where you don't know what that quest is going to end up being. I mean, you'll have a general idea, but they don't give you everything. Yeah, I mean, for dungeons, I want that shit to be data mined. I want to know what I'm going to be going into. Story-wise, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything about that. But I do want to know the mechanics of the boss fights and stuff like that, and if there are glitches or bugs. And this X Pack so far has been one of the smoothest X Packs that actually I think it is the smoothest X Pack they've ever had for Blizzard or for
I have
World
to
of
say I
Warcraft.
have some issues with it, but
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But as far as
The launch and
the launch and how well it's performing versus previous Xbox,
yeah.
it's one of the best.
That's significant.
but and they've of course they had like 11 years to fucking fix it.
Hey, Burning Crusades launch was great.
Yeah,
That's true. I do remember that. That went off without a hitch.
Wasn't it that the servers weren't on for 2 weeks?
It was terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was that was the worst. for sure.
But
I'm glad y'all picked up on sarcasm. That
yeah.
makes me happy.
So it differentiates.
Differentiates birds.
Thank you. it yes. Okay, I'm not going to say that word from game
Please
to game
don't.
just for the simple fact. But if you don't have that closed beta, at all, or or a first impression of the game, that to me is you're deceiving the audience into trying to buy something that's going to be great. And No Man's Sky fits into that so well, other than them lying through their assholes.
Well,
They did. They lied through their assholes, and you can't deny it. Like they did.
They absolutely did.
And there was no player testing whatsoever.
None.
From
They didn't even give out review copies.
no, they didn't.
No.
You couldn't review this game before it was released.
And that's scary. That honestly is scary because those reviewers and the people who do the beta testing are there to protect the consumer,
Mhm.
as well as the developer on fixing what they need to be fixed.
Right.
To be
Right.
fair, I don't regret that purchase.
I mean, I don't either. I really enjoy the game. I
It's
like
certainly
what
not
they
what they said it was, but it's
It's
okay.
definitely it's not a bad game. But if you want to compare it to what they said that they were going to do with it,
right, but that's the
Way
issue.
off.
You have to
So
you
far
can't
off.
reconcile what was promised and what they delivered
Mhm.
because they are, I hate to use the phrase light years away from each other. They're very different.
so
Thank you, Ron.
yeah, I'm ignoring you.
Should I tip my waitress show?
But
Should I tip
Not
my
a
waitress?
chance. I'm still here.
and this has been a debate that's
All
been
week.
going. But this has also been a debate that's been going on for years. This isn't new. This isn't recent. This isn't something that just came out of the woodworks and started beating your ass. No, this thing's been beating your ass for a while now, and it's been like, I want to no review copies, DLC, extra payment, fuck you.
This wouldn't be the Six Gaming podcast without mentioning beating your ass. Because Fraser,
Wait, what?
What?
you just said beating your ass.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
God damn it. Anyway, all right. I
So-
think that's it for news. We got to move on. Less.
I've
somebody has
I've
last
actually
minute.
got more here.
Yeah?
There is
All right.
definitely more.
Thank God. Ron, save us.
Have you guys seen? Let me see if I can't bring this up here. So this thing right here, which I'm about to bring up, is a controller designed for the game Farming Simulator,
Holy crap!
and it's made by Cytec. Right.
Well, there you go. They always go way too far.
I bring this up because Cytec has been bought by Logitech.
Oh
Huh.
Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
So now it's overpriced and unnecessary.
Exactly. No word about what's going to happen with the Star Citizen controller that Cytec was making, but I mean, Cytec's been around for a while.
How
Back
much
when
is that controller?
I don't care.
I'm curious because if it's over $150, I'm gonna be upset.
It
Well,
probably is.
here's the thing though. Looking back, I want to say it was for the 360, but there was a mech game that was released,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
it had this huge fucking controller.
I remember that thing was like $400.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it had like what was it, over 100 buttons or something like that, and you had to have a very specific startup sequence just to get into your mech and all this crazy shit, and that bombed terribly. I really don't see people buying this for Farm Simulator. Like,
I can name 3 people off my friends list right now who would buy that.
really
You need
Wow.
to have 3 less friends.
right. I mean, let's be honest,
Ron, I need
I-
to remove you then.
dude.
I wouldn't buy it.
I can totally reconcile the guys who buy that fancy little steering wheel for shit like Forza and Gran
Yeah.
Turismo,
Hey,
but that
I have a steering wheel, thank you.
right, and that's different. But Farming Simulator, come on, man! Like, where's your priorities?
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
be
Apparently
honest.
they're in
This is
Farming
just a stupid-
Simulator.
One more picture here. I mean, they went overboard with this in the article.
Oh, God.
Way overboard with this.
How much is it?
I have no idea.
You need
It doesn't say.
you need
Oh,
to
it says-
find
oh, there it is.
Oh God,
$300.
$300.
$300.
Oh my God! Each sold separately for 150.
That's silly. I mean, I can see like racing wheels are usually in that range of 150.
Not
Um,
even. Mine was like $60.
Some are cheap, but I mean, some are some.
Well,
can be
the
up to
really good
$300,
ones,
yeah.
yeah.
So it depends on the quality of the wheel, stuff like that. But I mean, the other panel, I mean, $150 just to have basically a control panel with a bunch of buttons on it.
Right, but
That's
Ron, I paid half of that, $150 for a very cheap fight stick for my PC. You know what I mean? And that's
Oh, yeah.
very cheap. And granted, the fight sticks go upwards of
It's
I've
like
seen
$700.
$1,200.
Yeah, 12. I think the most
know.
expensive one's like 1,300 right now.
Right. But
yeah.
again, you have a very dedicated community like that. That's a huge part of their thing. For Farm Simulator, I can't see that. Maybe if you happen to have that stuff because you're into flight sims and you wanted to do Farm Simulator, fine. But come on.
Is that
Yeah.
with? So do you have to have the wheel in the thing, or can you have any wheel?
No, the article says you can buy each one for like $150.
No. That's what I'm asking though. Like, can you have your own wheel and then that little thing?
I imagine
or-
you could, yeah.
Okay.
If it's like any other game. you
So
can just use any
essentially, it's
controller.
100. So I was right in the ballpark. It was going to be $150.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
So,
Well-
I'm sure there's button mapping and
yeah. So that is that. But yes, Logitech's going to buy them.
good
Buy
lord.
the brand.
I mean, Cytec isn't a terrible company. They're
I
not
used
Mad
to own
Cats.
one of their sticks for Descent.
Right. I mean, granted, even Mad Cats has gotten better over the years, but back in the early days, man, if you bought a Mad Cats controller, like all of us expected it to die in a couple weeks. Like Cytec fortunately has a reputation that's decent stuff.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
Yeah. Mad Catz, of course, being the former owner of the brand.
Ugh,
Right.
Mad Cats. Mad Cats usually made so many terrible controllers.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. They've gotten better. Like one of the top fighting sticks out there is a Mad Catz.
Yep.
Right, but
So-
I mean, like regular gaming controllers, they are usually terrible.
Oh, they are. They're
I
But-
do want to make Veg mad again.
okay. I like where
There's
this
one
is
more
going.
article I want to bring up. And Dan, if you're out there, have a drink.
Here it goes.
League of Legends has claimed that they have surpassed the 100 million mark for people playing every month.
That is horseshit. That is. Show you muted yourself.
Wait. So 100 million, really? Like even WoW can barely say that.
In
No.
2013, the planet Earth had 7.1 billion people on the planet. That would mean that 1 out of every 71 people plays League of Legends.
I haven't played League in a couple of years now, so that's just
I
hard
want
to
to
believe.
know how this is even a feasible number. I
I
mean,
wanna-
it says players, but do they mean accounts?
They have
And even
to
then,
mean
100
accounts.
million accounts?
Yeah,
But they would have to. I mean, how many accounts has Penth gone, or not Penth? Excuse me, Coles.
Coles.
How many
About
accounts has
95
Coles
million.
gone
You got a
through?
point.
Right. How many accounts has Veg gone through?
I only have.
Let's be
I only
real.
have 2.
But this article
Still.
here puts us in perspective, saying that Dota 2 hits about 13 million monthly active users. CS:GO about 23 million.
I don't see it. Like I can see like played, like, but I don't
No,
see like active
actually,
user.
In defense of those two games, I really do see it.
Yeah.
Like Counter-Strike, for example, it has a huge community
It does.
that still plays very regularly. That's a huge thing.
Uh,
Same
Star-
with Dota. I mean, you can always catch a Dota tournament on Twitch.
Yeah.
Always.
StarCraft and StarCraft 2, 10 million each.
Yeah,
Hearthstone
that's
about-
all in Korea.
Hearthstone's pretty
Got
big,
it.
about 50 million. That's a huge number. But Hearthstone's
yeah.
also free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't see 50 million people playing that.
Overwatch, 15 million. Wii Sports, 82 million.
What?
What? Come on. No.
Super Mario Brothers, the original, 40 million.
So how do they get the formula and the math that they did to this? Like
I
I'm
have no
very
idea.
curious.
This is the number of copies that have been sold. This is how many people that they've ever had playing the game.
but that,
Legends is saying
but that's
100
a
million.
problem though, because with the free online games, there's a huge problem with getting accurate numbers. Because if you've ever played a bot game late at night, which is 5 people versus 5 bots.
Mhm.
Technically, it's 6 versus 4 because there's one person on your fucking team who's a bot.
Yep.
And there's the Chinese gold farmers and the spam accounts and shit like that. Like, if they're trying to accrue that number isn't right. And even by those numbers, like, I can see the Overwatch and the CSGO being accurate because who the hell wants to pay $60 every time their account gets banned?
Yeah. And it's just ridiculous the
$20.
number of the numbers that they come up with. I really think that's got to be accounts and not people. And even then, almost seems like they're tooting their own horn a little too hard.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like, if they would have said like maybe like 40 million or 43 million, like I would believe that.
Hey, am I
'Cause
back?
You haven't
Yeah.
left.
Okay. No, I totally lost connection. So
Oh,
to everyone in the stream, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but we're good. We're good now.
We're good.
Do they
We're good.
hear us, or?
But yeah, it's pretty
No,
silly to be.
I find it.
Numbers are
I love League of Legends. I hate their fucking community. That's the thing.
I can't stand
It's
the community.
oh my yeah. Their community is more toxic than the most toxic asset out there.
Well, I mean, you haven't obviously read comments on YouTube. So
No, they're worse.
They're funny.
They're
No,
yeah.
you read them for the laughs.
Yeah,
You don't read
those-
YouTube comments for anything useful. You read them to laugh.
Yeah, exactly. And there are some, once in a while from the shit piled, dirt stains. There's once in a while golden comments that are just either absolutely hilarious or they're very informative.
Yeah.
But with the League of Legends community, it is nothing but salt. It is the fucking Death Valley, plateau. It is.
it's straight up Salt Lake City.
It's Salt Lake City. It is death. Like it's that one ocean. It's the Dead Ocean or Dead Sea.
Yep.
It is nothing but salt. It is just anger, hatred. It's the fucking Sith from
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Dude,
Anger-
your analogy is amazing. I have to tell you.
No,
Angry
but
Ben is angry.
people don't comprehend how toxic it is.
I thought-
when
I
when
thought I was
people
supposed to be the angry one.
no,
like-
I'm the angry one.
Yes, you are very angry.
You thunt.
Oh Jesus.
So, long story short, I don't believe it's 100 million, just for the simple fact that there's so many spam accounts on there. Like, I don't know how
Sure.
the script kiddies finally got something for their stupid little fake websites to scam people.
Oh, and
know,
bots, hundreds of bots.
Oh yeah. So legit players, it's probably 40% or 60% less than that.
Yep.
To get the real numbers. I mean, I get it to stroke their own EPing, but that's as far as that's going to go for me because no one's really going to look at that and go, "Oh, wow, they really do have 100 million players every month." It's like, no, what the fuck are people doing? And B, how many bots are there?
And then the final thing, of course, because I care about Dan and how I want
His
him to
alcohol
indulge more.
content.
We're going to talk about Worlds next week.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Now, since we're talking about tournaments and making him drink, of course, I did catch the Australia-New Zealand tournament for
Australia versus Australia too.
right, for Heroes of the Storm. That was really pretty cool. I didn't realize, but Heroes of the Storm has almost caught up to League of Legends. There's a lot that goes into these teams and the comps and everything else. It's getting there.
It's interesting, that's for sure. I'm not of level yet to play the ranked system, even though it's been out for like 3 years now, 2 or 3 years. It's just like I said, I think it's a fun game. I really do. It's just I feel like it's still missing something.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying because of the items. It could be the items, maybe not, but I just feel like there's a void there, and I can't explain it. I really can't.
Right. Oh, it doesn't surprise me.
That I can't explain it, or because what?
Well, no, the fact that it's out of control entirely.
Oh, I know. It's like I said, it's not a bad game. It really isn't, but you're not going to see me going out of my way to play it all the time unless someone asks me to.
Right. No, definitely. Ron, do you have anything else, or?
That's it.
That's it? All right, sweet. So let's roll into my next favorite part of the show, because honestly, this is my favorite part, and I've been waiting for this, but Veg keeps talking, and I have to, rein it in.
Hey, I had to make up for last week.
Well, you don't need to, but you want
I
to.
want to.
There you go. All right, you guys. So I want to know what you've been playing. Yes. Part 2 of the show. I'm getting rid of the other crap. We're going to find another name for the segment. But God damn it, we're going to figure this out. So mine's honestly really quick. Of course, I got to grab my phone because a bunch of my games have been mobile games. So I have a whole list in here.
With your Father Simulator on mobile
No, they don't have it on there. Why did that go back? There you go. Okay, so Summoner's War, Heroes of the Galaxy, which is Star Wars. But then I found this awesome game over here called HIT, right? Heroes of Incredible Tales, which is another one of those kind of, time killer type games. But it's also like a hack and slash. What?
Every game is a time killer game.
Well, that's true. Okay, fair enough. But it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like Dynasty Heroes meets, name your clicker heroes or whatever else. So the game can be played, obviously, absolutely manual. You can run around, do whatever you want. But you can also hit like an autoplay button and let the game kind of go through and do its thing.
That's like Critica.
Is it?
Yeah, Critica's a hack and slash. The only difference is probably I haven't seen your game yet, but Critica's is flashy moves and tits everywhere. That's about it.
No, this one's pretty similar to that.
So what's the game called? So I can look
Heroes of Incredible Tales, but they actually have it listed as HIT, HIT. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. I've been playing World of Warcraft, of course. I'm trying to get through it. I'm still terribly behind, but hopefully this weekend I'll be up to Heroics. I'll finally get 810.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Sweet.
There you go.
How are you so far behind?
Honestly, I haven't been playing it as much as I'd like to, but that's all thanks to work. So, life happens. Anyway.
Hey, I have work and school and I still don't play.
Right. I play when I can, but yeah, that's just me. So let's see, Mr. Runkley, what have you been playing, sir?
Not a whole lot of new stuff this past week. A lot of World of Warcraft, just trying to get ready for raids on Tuesday. And Crypto Necrodancer actually got a PB on Coda, made it to 2-3. So it's about halfway through the game.
Damn.
Show is walking away. He's just left. He's gone.
Must be something important then.
We're free.
We're free.
We're free.
Yes.
We're free.
Yay.
All right.
What do we do now?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Maybe we move on to show's favorite part of the podcast without him.
I haven't gone yet, fucker.
But yeah,
Let's
I just haven't been playing a whole lot of new stuff. Just not a whole lot going on this week. Just getting ready for raids.
Oh, what is your eye level right now?
That would be 735.
Hey, you finally caught up. Holy
Yes,
crap.
yes.
Because the last time that I talked to you, you were like 720.
Yeah, a lot of it's been from the world quests. A couple of upgrades, of course. Russian Duchy were very helpful to get me to the point where I could do mythics, which I haven't run one yet, which is sad. But
They're not hard. They only.
I'm not. It's not a difficulty issue. It's a time issue.
Yeah, I can't do the new mythics without Dutchy because she'll murder me. Because she said that the two new ones that you get from the Nightfallen when you're honored.
What's she gonna do?
I don't know, but she has a lot of free time, so I'm pretty sure she could do something.
And now that
Hi.
So
no idea what I've
shit,
been
we
playing.
have to put her shackles back on.
Ah,
Fuck.
Yeah,
God damn it.
I thought we were free. I thought
Honestly,
we were free.
I love it when you guys talk about me when I'm not here and can't justify myself in any way.
Not like we wouldn't talk shit about you in your face anyway.
Right.
Fair
Usually
enough.
Slave driver.
You're absolutely right. The pills do terrible things to me. I had to, take a break. Anyway, where are we at? Did Veg do his bullshit?
No.
Okay, well, Veg, god damn it, do your bullshit because I don't care, but
So
whatever.
I am raid ready for sure. I am 843 eye level on Veg, which I am main tanking this X pack again.
Nice.
So-
Oh God.
The
This
warrior is back.
Oh, wait, well, the warrior's always been back.
Yeah,
The warrior is just now wielding a sword and shield again. So with the artifact, I am very grateful for World of Warcraft because that's the only game I played this week. I played like 2 matches of League of Legends, and they're not even worth mentioning. So, oh no, the server kept lagging out, and everyone kept getting like 500 ping for no reason and crashing out. So I just said fuck it and went back to WoW.
Lovely.
So yeah.
it's a good policy though.
So I am finding out that it takes a lot of artifact power after 17.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
22,000 to get to the next level.
So yeah,
Jesus.
that's what
I'm
I'm
only
at
on
right
like
now.
12,000 to get the next one. So
Yeah, the next one's 18. So have
Ugh.
fun with that. So this Tuesday they finally unlocked raids. I'm very curious to how they're going to go about it. Just is like I don't know if they're going to be doing their standard raid format that they've been doing for the past couple of X packs now, where it is you don't have to bring 10 people, mandatory 10 people anymore. Like I wonder if they're still doing flex raids. Is what I think they are, but
yeah. They haven't changed that.
okay, good. Because I think right now we only have like 8 people in total that are going to be raiding with us on Tuesday. So if you aren't raiding and you're listening to this, just hit me up on Veg because not too many fans are listening right now.
oh,
Oh yeah,
no.
I did that. So if you do want to add me, contact us through their Facebook thing at 6G or at 6gg.com.
there you go.
Sick what?
Shameless sales.
And a terrible one because it's 6.gg. There's no fucking com in there.
Right.
Veg.
6.gg. Ron's a Gunther Gunt. I don't know what that means, but that's what the GG means.
No one knows what that
Just
means.
ignore the rest after the GG and you're
Yeah.
fine. You'll
Yes.
find us.
6.gg.com.
No, there's no .com.
I know,
Veg, shut
But
the
it
fuck
dri-
up.
but it drives you nuts.
Oh man.
So, it's been interesting lore-wise, story-wise for Soromar, which is the giant city.
It is
Um,
actually a really interesting story.
I just did. Oh my god! There's just. And I'm pretty sure you've ran past these parts, but there's just parts of the city that are nothing but elites that expose you. and
Yeah.
you have to go into them eventually.
Well, and I said it on the previous show, but this expansion for WoW, I still think is very story driven. There's not much in the way of, gameplay or bosses. Just get in there and kill everything. It's a story. The whole thing is all about the story, and the combat comes secondary to that, which I don't think I've seen since Lich King. So
Right. And even then people are still bitching about the talent parts, but my thing is do you really want to waste a half an hour looking at your fucking talent tree?
right,
You know,
and the
pick-
whole game has been built around evolution. They've always changed it. They've always deleted stuff. That's just World of Warcraft. Why bitch about it?
Right, and right now the new honor talent level up system's kind of interesting too.
Yeah, it's a little weird, isn't it? I need to get
Yes and no.
It's weird, I think, but
Yeah. Well, you level up ranks in it, so
Yeah, and the funny thing is that you don't even have to do real PvP in order to get honor. You can just do the world quests where you go to areas that flag you for PvP, but there's no horde there because why bother?
why do you want to fight 15 alliance?
Exactly.
like going underneath
I actually
Dalaran
got my
for any
first
reason.
HK doing one of those quests.
No.
Really?
Because I entered the zone ready to do the quest, and I see a holy paladin over there, and he's being attacked by this cow warrior. And of course, holy paladin's not going to die, so I just jump in and start DPS them. Holy paladin starts healing me, and eventually the cow dies.
Very nice.
Sounds about
That's
right.
how it's done.
I had what was it the other day? I had a rogue, a druid, and a mage on me, and they couldn't kill me. It was hilarious.
It does take a bit to bring down a warrior.
Oh yeah,
But
especially
it's
at 3 million.
It's not impossible like it used to be.
Oh my! Remember that endless duel we had in Pandaria?
Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
You kept stunning me, but you couldn't bring me past 30% health because of the second wind.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
Terrible
but
talent.
But yeah, I just been playing nothing but Warcraft. I kind of waiting to get my new computer to really play anything else more extensively. My computer's, I don't know. It's slowly dying. So
Yours and mine both. Don't worry.
yeah, just hopefully in October I can get the new one. So so I've been out for about a month. Before this, I was really sick, so I didn't really say anything. But I did want to bring up a game way back yonder, which I got about 3 weeks ago, which is called Dreadnought. If you haven't heard of it, it is a 5 versus 5 space battle or spaceship battle game. Think of it as World of Tanks meets League of Legends, and the fact that it's 5 versus 5, just nonstop kill each other until objectives are met, which is right now capture the flag, I think, and just kill it in team deathmatch. There's 5 classes of ships, or 4 classes. No, there's 4 classes of ships. 5 classes. Fuck.
Jesus, Fedge, come
Made up
on.
your mind.
Numbers
Jeez.
mean things.
So there's one that's pretty tanky, which is the Dreadnought class, named after the game, of course. There's also the healing class, the Corsairs, the sniping ships, and then the ones that just do outright DPS. And you have to figure out a strategy and change up your style. If, for example, you don't have any healers and you're getting your asses handed to you, it's because you don't have any healers. You actually have to put some strategy and thought into this game and your positioning and stuff like that. Because if you, for example, have missiles locked onto you, you can go behind, for example, a mountain, and those missiles hit the mountains and the range and stuff like that, even though that they're locked onto you, but it's a very interesting game right now. If you want to get into it, because it is closed beta, you can ask for an invite, but good luck with that. There's a huge waiting list for that, or you can get instantly in for $10, and that's what I did. I played it on a friend's account. It was completely worth it. It's been a lot of fun. It's just I got in right before the X-Pack hit for WoW. That, and on top of school, I don't have school and work. I don't have that much more time to play anything other than WoW right now.
That would
So
do it.
if you're interested in a spaceship game that has lasers and fucking nuclear missiles, it has a nuke that you can shoot.
So does Nova. So
No, as in you can
Nuclear
shoot it
launch
at other
detection.
ships,
exactly.
and you can't have people getting killed it's awesome. It's just this giant explosion. It can usually one-shot a couple ships. So, like I said, $10, you can shoot some nukes, every Fallout. I was gonna say Fallout Boy, but Fallout fan is out there.
Please don't bring up that terrible band. I can't do that.
Dance.
Not right now.
So
All right.
that's all I got.
Fantastic. All right, you guys, let's move on to my favorite part of the show. I've been waiting for this, right? Just dying. And this is the
Don't die,
Six
Joe.
Gaming Roundtable.
Please die.
Hey. What?
Wait,
Nothing.
was that over the top or
No.
no? Of course
You don't
not.
want to die.
I look, for the record, I have never been over the top. Okay, I'm always just easygoing, very relaxed. But god damn it, I've been waiting for this. All right,
Tell
you
that to
guys.
the
So
countless broken controllers you have in your possession.
don't get me started on those. That's a lot of money gone. So, all right, you guys, the Six Gaming Roundtable. This is my favorite part of the show because I ask you guys. Yes, you
Who, me?
guys.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, wow.
And the guys in our awesome chat particular question. So each week we try to come up with something new, and of course we want to hear from you guys in our chat, let alone my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts. So I ask, how bothered are you guys when story arcs are changed based on different games, or specifically in my case, movies? I've been watching the Warcraft movie. I brought it up earlier. And they changed a lot just to make a movie out of it, which to me is fine. But I've seen a lot of games where things get completely redone.
Mortal Kombat.
Right. I mean, that's a great example. I mean, the stories have changed, the ideas have changed, the gameplay has changed. And
This is where you fall.
honestly, what's that?
This is where you fall.
Why?
Shut up,
Can we
show.
just talk about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, what's wrong
Come
with
on.
Mortal Kombat? It was
That
a
was
great
a line
movie.
from the movie. It's such a
Oh,
great movie. You don't remember any of the good lines.
You're right. I wouldn't say that was a great line, but
But I think the question should be redirected. Why are 99% of video game movies shit?
yeah, because they're video game movies. I mean, no. Okay, so the thing is, like, part of WoW, at least for me, the story has evolved and it's gotten deeper and everything else. But unfortunately, with the previous expansion and now this current one, they're kind of bypassing a lot of the story, right? The previous lore that already existed. And I understand why they're doing it, and I guess you could justify it with the current story, but I don't like it when people stray, and I have a serious problem with that.
But how are they straying? At this point, they're making everything up at this point because
You're right, but again, there was a lot to go on just with the previous story. I see no reason why they should have changed it. And honestly, it started with Deathwing and all the craziness that they did. That was a great way to move on. Let's redo Azeroth. Let's change some things. Let's update the story. We can create new stuff. But instead, they go, we're going to go back to the future. I don't know. That to me was a problem.
to me, that was just like, for some reason, it seemed like they are putting a lot of their great story on the back burner for something else. And I don't know if it's,
I wouldn't even say that, because
I don't know if are they running out of ideas?
To anything.
Right,
I
but
don't know. I wouldn't call it running out of ideas. I mean, they I don't know how much you've played into the Paladin storyline, but the whole thing with Turalian kind of sort of being back, even though he's not terribly involved in things.
yeah, and that's how Larry is for the hunters.
Yeah, I mean, same way. I mean, they're both working out somewhere. I mean, the Turalian is now called Grand Exarch.
Well, maybe I'm the only one then, because it seems like for me, I play a mage as my main, and that whole story is just wrapped around, this expansion, but they don't go anywhere with it. It's just simply, let's get rid of the invasion, let's close down the portals, and that's it. And it
That's
seems
your
like
damn
they went
job,
nowhere
mate.
with it.
Because you are nothing, mage. That's why.
No.
but there-
He's got a job that's important. Give us water.
Yeah, give
Right,
us biscuits.
exactly.
Give me
bitch.
my water.
Give me biscuits.
Damn it! I have a rule to fulfill. You know.
No, but
My thing
if
is like, even for the mages, all I do is listen to Khadgar just fucking drone on and on and on and on. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't advance the story at all. You know,
but we're also not. But that was also only the first act. Like we're not.
But it's still a key part of that class for this expansion, and they took mages absolutely nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
Well, they didn't take really any class anywhere. There hasn't been any finishing arc yet. There's
No,
not
there
even a
hasn't
middle
been
arc.
a
This is our
finishing
beginning.
arc.
This
But
is our
even-
beginning arc, though. That's what you're complaining about, that the story's not finished. And you're right, it's not done.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I get where you're going with this, but at least like the druids, for example, you get to be a part of the Emerald Dream again. You get to, dive that little bit deeper. You get to help save all the key factions or the key leaders that are a part of the druid faction. Like that actually kind of advanced, but with the mages, they didn't do shit.
Well,
They
not
didn't
yet.
do a damn
Like,
thing.
right now, all the mages, because I have a feeling, and this is probably going to maybe even spoilers. Who the fuck knows? Because I don't know. I have a feeling once we get our 5th pillar from probably either killing Gul'dan or he drops it, or we find it in the woods somewhere, that the demon forces are going to somehow invade Dalaran, and they're going to take all 5 fucking pillars because we're dumb and put them in the same spot.
Yeah.
But
That's how I feel.
they did already do the invasion of Dalaran, though. They already did that. That was the
Okay, I'm
lead.
not saying that it's going to be another invasion. I'm going to say
Yeah,
some
it's gonna
motherfucker's
be
going to come in.
something that
Yes.
causes it. It may not be an invasion, but
Yeah, some motherfucker's going to come in, swoop all the pillars, and then at the end of it, they're going to use it to summon Sargeras, and we're going to have to fight him. Like I see that's where that's probably going to go, and then we
Right,
have to
but-
fight back Sargeras to close the fucking portal and save Azeroth. Like I see
But
that's
the
but-
the thing is, they've strayed way too far. They're reinventing the story as they go along because they had this one opportunity
what have they
to go into
reinvented?
the past, and everything changes.
after
What are you
the-
saying that got reinvented?
Well, like all of it. I mean, okay, so
Brand new storyline. It's building on existing story. It's not
If you're
changing
bi-
anything.
Yeah, they're not changing anything. They're basing this.
This isn't like the Warcraft movie where they completely rewrite the lore.
yeah, don't get me started on that. I'm still
Now,
reconciling.
if they would have done that, if they would have started rewriting lore left and right, yeah, I would be fucking pissed and furious.
But-
Furious. There we go. So,
Wow, I don't even know what you're saying now.
but if they rewrote all the lore for all the classes and stuff, they're not done yet, and and it
Right.
even says that your campaign, your first campaign, is now complete. So I have a
how do
feeling
you
with
reconcile the fact then that the prison in Dalaran, that dungeon, that's completely different. All that changed.
well,
as a
yeah,
result
because we got new
of-
prisoners. Like, I don't know why you're bitching. We killed the first set.
I can't buy that. I
How
can't.
can you not buy that? We went in the first time and cleared out the motherfuckers.
Yes, I agree in real history, but in the game, all this shit takes place after you go back from the past.
Well, I'm sorry that they don't keep patches of every little tidbit here and there. That's just part of the game, though. Like they can't keep randomly updating random shit all the time. When they're focused on one content.
So you
Yeah.
can justify changing story in the middle of a game.
They didn't change any story. Like I don't.
Change-
I
like
don't
all of
see-
it.
I don't see what you're talking about, though. I mean, I don't feel
Lore
like
wise, they
anything
haven't
major got
changed shit. Now they're making up stuff as they go because they're basing all of this after World of Warcraft, or Warcraft is based off of after what happens to the Frozen Throne.
And to be
of
fair,
Warcraft
Veg is
3.
saying something like, they're making up stuff up as they go. That's not a bad thing. That's just writing story. That's new stuff.
No, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, but you're also saying that they're changing the lore and the story arc. Well, the story arc has to change, but they're not changing the lore. For example, the whole thing with Thrall in that scenario, I'm not going to give any spoilers to because that's a huge shaman spoiler. There, and how you obtain that weapon, and that's very obvious. By the way, so
It is, but
warriors in that sense, they go to Valajar, which is where Odin lives, and they become a fucking warrior of Odin. They haven't done too much with Warriors either, but I'm not bitching just yet because I know that we're not done. They like, here, go save your people because they're a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, that's exactly what those missions are in essence. There isn't anything too important other than you get to see some key players. And even Blizzard said that they're not done with the class halls. They're not done with the order halls. They're not done with the story arc. Apparently, every patch they're going to be updating and doing something with Saramar and updating the city with every patch, which is going to be interesting. Now, if they completely change the lore, saying, for example, that Deathwing somehow came back because of magic vagina muscles,
Hey, whoa. Don't make fun of the magic vagina muscles, okay? Those are magic for a reason.
Yes, I know.
I don't even want to know.
But if somehow he came back from the Earth Sphincter, because that's where he came from, which was the Maelstrom, that I would understand and be upset about. It's like, how the fuck did Deathwing come back? I understand how Illidan came back, and I knew he was going to come back because he's a demon. When you fuse with the Skull of Gul'dan, I know that he was going to be back.
They didn't even go over how he came back. They just
they
kind
did.
of go,
He's
hey,
not
here's
back
the
yet.
Illidari again.
No, he's not. In the story arc right now, he's not back officially yet.
Yeah.
And if you've and you made a fucking demon hunter, you didn't pay attention.
Clearly, he didn't.
I know what I saw.
No, you didn't, because
And
then
I
you wouldn't
didn't
be
see
saved.
the resurrection of Illidan. I saw, hey, here's Illidan. Now, Illidari,
No,
go
here's
fucking...
Illidan's body
Oh, for
or
Christ's sake.
spirit or whatever the fuck they called it.
Okay, so
It
he's
wasn't-
basically upset at the fact that he doesn't pay attention.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what it. I'm not trying to be mean, but and this is going to be spoilers because this is going to help me prove my case. At the end of the starting zone for the demon hunters, you get there just as Gul'dan and that the corrupted Night Warden kidnap his body. They say that yes, he may not be here in a spiritual sense, but we must take his body because if they do find his essence, we're in a whole shit ton of trouble because he is the light. And and they are making their story up as they go along. They have to, because at this point they're running out of lore from the books and everything else like that. We are in new territory, and we've been in new territory since Warlords. They could have done the dream, the Emerald Dream.
They could have done the Emerald Dream. They could have done...
But they're doing it now, and it makes sense what they're doing. They're saying that the Emerald Dream is being corrupted by the demons. And that is a perfect story arc because that's always been true. They've always been nipping. That's why the druids are always sleeping in the Emerald Dream, is to keep at bay of the corruption. But since the Legion's so powerful, it's corrupting their key players, and that's fucking up the Emerald Dream.
All right.
So that's why, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but that's a big part of is it Valajar or not the Valajar? Is that Azuna or is that the one above Azuna? I think that's the one above Azuna. That whole questing scenario.
Oh, yeah, above.
Like you see, like that's what I mean. Like they are trying to wrap up the story, and that's they're trying to wrap up a lot of loose ends, but they're telling it in the next pack. So it's taken them time, and they've admitted that it's going to take time. But what you're complaining about is that they're completely changing lore, but they're not. If we're talking about the Warcraft movie, yeah, they changed the ever living fuck out of that movie.
Well, yes, they kind of screwed up the lore for the movie, but no, even the game, like I had a problem right away from going back in time because I knew exactly what they were going to do. And in Warlords, they just keep pushing this bullshit. Well, we're just going to rewrite everything, and change how it happened. And I don't agree with that. I don't want to see all these important things get changed.
And they didn't rewrite our history, the Azeroth's history or the original Outlands.
Absolutely they did.
No, they didn't. They said that it's an alternate universe from Outlands. It's not the actual Outlands. We didn't go we went that part, I agree, is fucking weird and bizarre. That
So what you're saying is like we can just pull a Star Trek bullshit and let's just go back in time and change everything.
Well,
and fuck everything else because it never happened.
okay, it's kind of like the DC universe, and that it has separate worlds. There's,
or
I think,
even Marvel, but it's bullshit though.
that's just the story arc that you're trying. Like, we can't. That's just something that that's something that they can pull out of their asshole. Do I agree with it? No.
No, but in one storyline, fucking Phoenix is destroyed in the Marvel universe in X-Men, right? And then they do this whole other fucking arc. All of a sudden, that story's done, but now Jean Grey's back and she can control Phoenix. And no, fuck that. I refuse to accept these sudden changes. Just continue your story.
Justice and Cho does not like change. He is officially an old man.
I think you're gonna have to quit the game show.
I know, right?
The official thing we're hearing here.
Look, you kids need to get off my damn lawn. I don't want to hear it.
But I understand what you're saying. I really do. And they're not changing the lore. They're making it up as they go by, which is different. Now, if they would have said like the Emerald Dream, wielded the mighty Godibathan, or I don't fucking know, like something absurd.
Well, honestly,
that's something that never was wielded by them. For example, like a Death Knight weapon or something like that. It's like, why the fuck is that there?
In chat, right? Skelly Gal does say, and she's on your side. She's, it's not going back in time. It's just like another world that they're trying to show you, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. But my issue is, and this is what I said in chat, it opens up that opportunity to change whatever you want. You guys never went back to the proper Azeroth. You're in this new Azeroth, and we can do whatever
Azeroth
we want.
616.
It's stupid though. I can't agree with it.
With lazy, but that comes down. That's not lore though. That's just lazy writing. I agree in the sense that, I knew that the Legion was going to come back. It was inevitable. I knew that Illidan was going to come back. I also knew that was inevitable. But I didn't know how they were going to do it until Warlords. And when Warlords came out, I knew that the Legion was coming back after we went to Draenor. And I've said this even before Warlords is coming back. I forget who I told, but I think it was either my wife or one of you guys that, Illidan's coming back. And the demons are too, and you're like, oh yeah, fucking right. And I was like, what'd I tell you? So it has, at this point, I don't know what to expect anymore from Blizzard other than, with the story arc, because the Legion, this was supposed to be the biggest build up to the Legion, which is what it is right now. I mean,
but
I think it's
what happened to the Burning Crusade then?
It's
that
still
whole expansion
it's still
is
there.
gone.
No, it's not.
By you trying to stop the invasion, you are negating an entire expansion.
It's a different universe, though. It's not
even a different universe. It's just a different location in space.
Okay, so this is our universe, or this is Azeroth. This is Outlands.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vegetto Explains World of Warcraft lore to Shosan.
Oh my god, this is
Easily.
just they're three different places. They are. And one doesn't. Okay, so for example, Azeroth and Outlands are connected to each other.
Right.
Draenor is not. It's oh my god. It's so
no. All right.
Time events are fucking confusing. Like, I will not disagree with you.
Dude,
but it's a parallel universe.
I totally get it. Okay. I am a fan of Doctor Who. Okay. I know it's all wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey things.
Stuff.
Right. I totally there with you.
People.
But I don't know.
Uses them, so yeah, they're technical. So what you're arguing about is they didn't go back. This isn't the whole Geordie McFly thing where he kisses his mother and weird shit like that. Like, or Fry that has sex with his own grandpa and he's his own grandfather. It's not like that. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
No, but the fact that you brought up Futurama is awesome.
But okay, that's actually an easier explanation. It's not like that. It's not where you go back in the past and you fuck something up. You go to someone else's past and you fuck that up. So where the consequences aren't going to affect your world, but they're going to affect. So now, if we change that, so for example, there is another Azeroth.
Azeroth. There you go.
Az-
Who's drinking? Let me do
Oh,
the
I-
drinking.
Fair,
As
that's
an
still
continue.
Warcraft lore.
A- Azanoth is the blades. Yes.
Right.
But there probably is another Azeroth now that isn't affected by that and probably is destroyed now because the orcs didn't come to help. And that's where,
Hey,
so
okay, but again,
So-
I still think you're changing things.
I'm not
And-
changing. Ron, am I changing anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think
You-
show's on crack.
I am, but that's fine.
You're right in the sense that we probably changed that dimension's Azeroth and we probably destroyed that one. But who gives a shit about that? Because we're not living there. That we're not focusing on that one. That's another story for another time.
All right.
So, yes, in essence, we changed that timeline,
right.
but we didn't change our timeline.
All right. We'll just apparently I need to go back and read some books. So I'm going to do that. But you guys, we are way over time. We're over time. I have to call it right here. So we'll just agree to disagree and move on.
You're the one that's disagreeing.
You're right. I'm
He is.
usually the only one to disagree.
No, because you're wrong.
Oh, God damn it, Veg.
Uh,
Anyway, all right, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for tonight. We are a bit over time, and I got a movie to finish. So thank you guys so very, very much for joining us this week. I am your host, Shosan. We are here every single Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Time. Please check us out right here on Twitch, and you can find us on YouTube, and you can find us on the interwebs at 6.gg. So please check us out. .com. Please don't do .com. It won't work. It won't work. But thank you guys again. I have to let my awesome and illustrious set of co-hosts say goodnight, though. So please, Mr. Vegito, would you please say goodnight?
No one's ever wrong on the internet, ever.
Never. Never. Wikipedia is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So, Mr. Runkley, please say goodnight, sir.
The only thing that I have to add to this is duty calls.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Oh my god.
I hate to say it, but it's actually pretty accurate. So,
And for the audio audience, it's a XKCD comic where the one person goes, "Are you coming to bed?" The other
Bench
person, "I
reading the
can't."
comment, ladies and gentlemen. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't. This is important. The other person, what? Someone is wrong on the internet.
yep, it is important. Wikipedia is wrong, and you have to stamp out injustice. Damn it, you have to. So, thank you guys again. Please join us right here next week. I really, really appreciate it. Next week will be episode 85, and I'm trying to get some interesting stuff together. But because my mother-in-law, oddly enough, decided to grace us with her presence, I might be missing here next week. But we will have
As
the
always.
show. We will have the show regardless. If nothing else, I will have to let Vegito run things. But
No, you're not letting him run it.
but
I kind of work next weekend.
well, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. Anyway, you guys, thank you very much. I do need to let Mr. Runkley have the final word, though. So, Runkley, would you please, sir, take it away?
Are you two done arguing?
I'm done.
Okay. See you. Bye.